Hello everyone, this is Sparkeagle here and welcome back to my Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG deck list review, whatever. So we're gonna just see, right now we have the 3 decks from the deck build set of Phantom Revenge. So we got Kewl Tune, Hecahands, and Enneacraft. Just like my previous video of the Justice Hunters and the Crossover Breakers, I'm going to go ahead and just show what each deck would be if you only use the pulls from the set. So the thing is, some cards are kind of bad, but they're meant to be part of the respective deck there. So at the minimum, I have to have one copy of each card at least in the deck. So yeah, there are no extra deck monsters for the Enneacraft. They don't provide any of them for them, so of course they're not going to have an extra deck on here. Let's go and see what we got for this. Alright, so let's go ahead and look over our Kewl Tune deck. We're going to just start off with the monsters. So based off of the pulls, so I'm going to try to make it close to 40 as I can, but if I have to go up, I'll have to go up. So we got 3 copies of Kewl Tune Mix. Alright. We got 3 copies of Kewl Tune Clip. And these are all tuners. So this is a very tuner heavy deck. I got 2 copies of Kewl Tune Rico. So I need a 3rd copy. So of course something that's definitely going to be removed from the deck will be replaced for it. We got 3 copies of Kewl Tune Clip. I am wondering why. Oh yeah, this is the text is kind of off from this one compared to the rest of them. So yeah, we got 3 copies of Kewl Tune Clip. We got 3 copies of the Rhoda of Kewl Tune Synchro on here. So yeah, and you normally would play 1, but I want to make sure that I am maxing out based off of the archetype. So we got 3 JJ Kewl Tune field spells. We got 3 copies of Kewl Tune Playlist. So yeah, I'm just making sure I max out as much as I can, because the other cards aren't as good, and then I can replace them with staples once I lower those numbers. We got 1 Fleur Synchron because it's a tuner, but we don't really do the you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower monster from your hand that often, so we're not going to use that much, but we had to play 1 copy of it. We got of course, our hand trap. We got to make sure we got Ghost Belt and Haunted Mansion tuner, and yeah, we don't really have much low level ones aside from like Kewl Tune Mix, so yeah, that's why we're not playing that much. We got Earthbound Earthbound Prisoner Stone Sleeper, so yeah, this will get us that Rico card, I believe. Yeah, Rico's the Fiend. Rico's the Fiend, right? Yeah, the Fiend tuner. So yeah, that allows us to get started off with that. So that's also helpful that I can't access the 3rd copy. We got 3 Synchro Overtake. And I did kind of move over from the other set there. I put a Change of Heart and Snatch Shield just to fill up some spots, because it's better than the useless monsters here. Like, we got 1 copy of Allied Justice Cyclone Creator. You just discard 1 card, return spells and traps from your field to your hand, and includes number of tuners on the field. So yeah, that's not really that. You don't really use this often. Oh look, we got our level 2 tuner card here. If this card is sent to the graveyard, a synchro material, you can add 1 assault mode activate from your deck hand. We don't even have this in this deck build, so this is useless. I put 3 Jet Synchron because it's at least more useful as a card to go into the graveyard. So it's best to kind of have that done there. And then 3 copies of Synchro Transmission. And then let's go ahead and look at our extra deck. We got, of course, 2 copies of Trackmaker. I don't have that 3rd copy, but you most likely fill it out to make it easy like 15. 3 copies of Kewl Tune Remix. 3 copies of the Kewl Tune RS. Alright. Yep, we got that. We have the 2 copies of Kewl Tune Loudness War. I need an extra copy there. And 3 copies of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Just because it's the Synchro that's added into this set there. Alright. Now let's go ahead and move over to the next deck build set here. We got our Hecahands. We got 3 copies of Hecahands Ibtel. 3 copies of Hecahands Yadel. 3 copies of Hecahands Godos. 3 copies of Hecahands Gygus. Yeah, we got that there. 3 copies of Hecahands Brios. 3 copies of the Rhoda, basically, of the hidden Hecahands. Yeah, we got that there. Alright, as you can see, I'm just going to clearly try to make the most out of the named cards. 3 copies of Hecahands Tartaros, click play there. And I'm adding 2 copies of Ibal Hecahands, Counter Trap. That's the monster negate there, while the spell trap Yadel Hecahands is going to be there. I had to lower it because you can search it. And 3 copies of Master Tao the Chanter. So it's an illusion, so it's at least I'll keep it at 3 because of that. We got 3 copies of the Eye of Illusion that they included in here. We got 3 copies of Crackdown. So yeah, that's meant to be in the deck. So they all do the controlling. I had extra ghost spells, so 2 copies of ghost spell. And we don't really need them, so Tragodia is meant to be in this part of the deck, while Nightmare Magician is also meant to be a part of the deck, but high level monster, I'm not going to put them at 3. We got a Change of Heart, a Snatch Steal, and I'm putting 2 Autonomous Action Unit. So these are all cards that steal cards. So yeah, and then our extra deck, of course, we got 3 copies of the Hecahands Xeno. We got 3 copies of the Hecahands Jowza. And 3 copies of number 11 Big Eye, the extra monster that they have there. Just because it's level 7 and the non-ultras have level 7, so yeah. Now finally, Enneacraft. No extra deck on here. We got a lot of basic 3 yubs there. Enneacraft Atomimar, 3 copies. 3 copies of Proto Enneacraft Orgia. We got 3 copies of the Deftero Enneacraft Alazonia. We got 3 copies of Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria. We got 3 copies of Anato Enneacraft on Ocneria. We got 2 copies of Isa Leon. We got 3 copies of Enneacraft Astapixia. We have gotten the 2 copies of Enneacraft Architail. And of course, our spells, we got, of course, the 3 Enneapolis Field Spell. We've got 3 copies of Enneacraft Release. We've got 3 copies of Enneacraft Revert. And then a lot of the cards are kind of because I need to have them as one. Pot of the Forbidden as a 1 of. But Spirit of the Fall Wind lets you get a foot monster on normal summon, so that's something that I play 3 of there. We got 1 copy of Pinpoint Landing. This was meant to be in the deck there. 1 copy of Time Reloader, of course. 1 copy of Book of Taiyu. 2 copies of Sol and Luna. That's a good quick play for this part of the deck. Terrors in the Hidden City, 1 copy, but this helps protect face down defense monsters. 1 copy of Shizamaze, Sunset Beat. And we got 3 copies of the Destruction Daruma Harma Cannon. So there's like 45 cards in this deck. But yeah, this is just what we would do for what we would pull for this set, and what cards will be used if you just use the cards in that set. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you'll like, subscribe, and leave a comment for any suggestions if you have any. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.